camera, by the way.
I have to look at the camera.
All right.
This is weird. It's like staring into someone's soul.
All right, Mr. Lee.
It's like looking at my cat in the eye, and then you can see the back of the eyeball.
You got used to it, by the way. So, like, okay, what's your name?
My name is Mr. Lee. I've been teaching choir for 18 years. The experience has been great. Everybody's been so welcoming, and my students are awesome. And we have so many talented singers here. It's been a joy and a pleasure.
Has this musical journey of yours been a plan since you decided to first start teaching, or has it been more of a like spur of the moment kind of decision to join SHC?
So I taught at my previous school for 12 years, and I thought I wanted a change. I wanted out of education, so I gave it a shot. I tried working HR for 6 weeks. It was terrible. So my previous school took me back. I just couldn't have my teaching job back. So I was doing administrative work, but I knew I eventually wanted to get back into the classroom because that's where I wanted to be. It took me trying to leave to figure that out, but I think it all worked out for the best because I'm here.
Is there any advice you have for the upcoming students and the freshmen we have now on our first choir performance?
Ooh, I gotta say, traditions. They've died out. So we gotta like kind of revamp that, remake some of that stuff and use your imagination, creativity, those big AP brain cells to kind of re-energize the program.
No, but just have fun. Always experience new things is what I tell everyone entering high school. Singing can be a scary experience, especially for me. But once you get out there, try some audition for some solos, or just like audition for like some group solos. It really eases that tenseness and can allow you just to relax and really let you grow as an individual.
Just try. Do your best. Have fun with it.
Advice. Sing your heart out. That's a first. Definitely don't be afraid to, scream and shout or whatever. Everybody has their voice cracks, so you'll do fine. You'll probably only have a couple. Just sing as loud as you can and sing with your passion. Don't go to Coney Island.
Don't be embarrassed to be in choir. It's actually really fun and cool, and everyone in choir is really cool, so don't be ashamed.
And don't be afraid to talk to other people and make friends.
Because you could meet one of your best friends.
A lot of new singers this year, so it's been really great to just meet them and like get to know them, especially our freshmen. I feel like this is probably the most freshmen we've had in concert choir, so it's neat to see the diversity of what people like, what their activities are outside of school.
Oh my gosh, I feel like something funny happens every single day. Miss Smith, you like this? Just to have fun. It's the kind of thing where everyone's singing all the time. It's the kind of thing where we prepare a really long time and we work really hard for this day, and then it feels over like that. So it's really important to just kind of enjoy every moment and make it last.
Join as much as you can, because I regret not having maybe join chamber or something like that. So
everything.
It's really important.
Yeah, all the opportunities, take them. Just whatever you can do.
So
you won't
important.
regret it.
First performance, it's always a lot of energy and a lot of nerves. And so my best advice to especially singers, if this is their first time singing with a big group, is to just take a moment before you get on stage. Take a breath, enjoy, be present. And then when you're on stage, remember that everybody in the audience is rooting for you. So even if mistakes happen, nobody's judging you, and no one's gonna know as long as you don't show it. So you can make the biggest mistake and have a smile on your face and nobody will know.
Looking back at your tenure at SHC's choir program, what lessons have the program and the community taught you? If you can, go into specifics.
A very important lesson the program has taught me is that the more connected and the more positive a community is, and the more it feels like kind of a group with really positive inner dynamics and a lot of... this is stupid, I don't know how to speak. Cut! A very important lesson that I've learned from working with the chorus program here is that the more positive and the more connected a community is, the better the art will be in the end. And the spirit of this particular community, I think, really drives the success and the education in the chorus program and just in the arts here in general.
My name is Floyd Nostratus. I'm the bass leader, coordinator, whatever. I'm the bass guy. In The 2 years that I've been in like chamber choir and all the choirs and stuff, I think the most important like thing that I've felt was the importance of being in a community, the need for belonging. Because before chamber and all this stuff, I never really had that much of a good backing for a community that like has my back. And I was initially hesitant to join the choir because like I was nervous on like sharing my like artistic voice. But because of like constant encouragement from my friends, I finally got to join this like amazing community. And I began to truly realize the love that I've had, the love that I've harbored, like didn't share for years, but now I've shared to like everybody and all my classmates and all my fellow choir members. And I think that solidarity and that interconnection is a very important thing that is like the main lesson that I've learned from choir, which has helped me grapple with my future journeys.
I mean, especially with this choir community, one thing I've learned, especially over the past years, how much I have learned to love music and how much my passion for music has deepened. I think this choir community is just such a great home to foster all this growth and inspiration within me, and I'm so happy to be a part of it.
What are like the life lessons I've learned? I've learned a lot about, I think, how to build community, like how to build a sense of community. That's very broad, but I think that when I started here, I felt like I wasn't very important anywhere. And choir was like the first time that I was like, oh, the stuff we do here really matters. And like the people I meet really matter to me. And it was the first time that I just sort of felt like you could like do music even if you didn't have like formal training in it. And also along the way, like meet people who would end up becoming the most important people in the world to you.
Choir has done the impossible and motivated me to wake up at 6 a.m. every morning. It's like simultaneously the chillest and the craziest group of people ever, and it makes it super fun. Like, I feel so safe with the choir community, and we just make cool music. Like that moment when you work on your harmonies on your own and then you put them all together and it just sounds so freaking amazing. That's my favorite. Any words?
What have I learned in my tenure here? Well, it's been a long tenure. It's been 16 great years. But I think that probably the most important thing I've learned is that this becomes a community. And so when you build that community, that culture, it takes it to the next level. It's not just an academic class. It's not just standing and singing. It becomes like an experience. And so that's one thing that I've learned as a beginning teacher to now, that's a really important part of performing arts, is to build that culture within the students, because your performances, they just take off to a new level when you have that grounding. I'm really sad to be leaving this year, but knowing that there's a community that needs service. So the enter to learn, lead to serve. I'm leaving because I'm going to be serving another community that needs that inspiration, needs someone to build that culture for them. So I'm going to take what I've learned here, how I've learned how to do that here, onto my next school, and hopefully continue to inspire students and get them to love singing together and to make music, because it's just fun. It's really fun to do that, and it's very special.
And are there any memorable moments you can think of?
So, for memorable moments, I can think of two that are very related. When we are preparing in this space, it's a room that's designed to be really dry, and so we hear we hear everything. We hear mistakes, we hear things that are done really well, we hear dynamics really powerfully. And then when you step into a space like St. Peter and Paul in North Beach, or when we performed at Riverside Church for competition in New York, the acoustics change so dramatically. And we get little tastes of that with different areas that we rehearse at SHC, but really it's so inspiring for me definitely, but I think for the students it's inspiring for them to hear themselves with such amazing acoustics that are, you sing one note and you hear it like bouncing all over the cathedral. So yeah, we're very, very fortunate to have this space, and it's just a completely different experience when we're singing out in these massive cathedrals. So those definitely stick in my mind for memorable moments, those amazing performance spaces.
When we got to perform at that cathedral for our winter concert, that was definitely something that was really memorable, because I'd never done anything like that before, so
I think just last show, seeing my sister start early for whatever reason, and then having us all rush on stage to start early, I think that was pretty inspiring.
What? Get out of the background.
Keep up there. It'll be funny. Okay, so, my favorite day or moment of choir this year, I'd probably have to say, I mean, there's a ton of them, but I'd have to say the field day because honestly, I wasn't expecting much when I went there, but when we had the field day, it was so much fun. I don't know, I think all the seniors did an amazing job with, first of all, planning and rallying everybody to get there, and after the field day, I went with a couple friends to celebrate my birthday, and that's probably one of my favorite times this year for choir.
Okay, like low key, some like amazing moments from this year. I think number one, New York trip, amazing. But the second one that I think was like the most funniest for like me to like participate in, especially because I was planning it, was the choir retreat. It was so hilarious. It was so funny. It was fun hanging out with Benji and stuff, playing with water guns, and then like actively like planning out and spectating all of the choir members, like, you know, just doing whatever we were trying to do, and just like going along with it just because like it was funny. And then like that whole energy, that whole vibe that day, it felt crazy. It felt like we were all in like a family, you know?
Are you recording right now? Oh, JK. Okay, hi. So highlights of the year. I was really excited to get the chorus retreat back on track, and it was really fun to do the field day. Thank you to our leaders for organizing that. That was really fun to get off campus, play some games, get to know each other a little bit better, have some good food, and just do something out of our regular weekly element. So that was really fun, and I hope that that continues to be something that students look forward to in this group.
I really liked when we sang Life is a Highway from Cars a lot.
For me, it's just being in the rehearsals. I feel like I've met some of my really close friends in choir, and I think that it's definitely true that it's
a family.
It's a family.
This is our family.
Probably New York, and then also the concert we did about musicals, because I am crazy about musicals and they're my favorite thing ever. And then New York was super fun. That was my first school trip ever, and it was really epic, and we got to see some musicals. And then we went on a cruise afterwards, after we had a competition.
I saw the Statue of Liberty.
We saw the Statue of Liberty.
I will say that a performance that really impacted me, I really liked our winter concert. It was definitely something new. We didn't, we were doing like a concert series. It was the first time I played an instrument while singing, which was very exciting. But yeah, I think that was what a lot of this year represented, was just being able to like try something you'd never done before, try like all sorts of experimental new things. And that was very exciting. It made it feel like, choir can be whatever you want.
One of the main moments that really had an impact for me was the moments leading up to the concert, and kind of the brotherhood that I was able to experience in the locker rooms. Everybody was hyping each other up for the concert, and it was beautiful because, yes, it was reminiscent of what had happened in years past, but it also was a good reminder that the choir family is here to stay, and they're always there to, lift you up, encourage you. And that's what I love about it.
Ethan, you have anything in mind?
You've done so great. Yo, why are you showing me? You didn't show Logan. This is really putting me on the spot. I was just here to be a mic stand. I don't have a question. This is awkward. I didn't prepare one. Logan, please help me.
Was there anything you were worried about when you were joining SHC, work-wise, community-wise, job-wise?
Oh man, do I really have to answer this one?
I started here in 2021, and I was just the pianist for the choirs, and so I feel like I was eased into the community a little bit. I kind of felt like I knew what I was getting into by the time I became full-time this past year, so nothing too shocking, I have to say. It's a good thing.
I was just worried about being accepted, because it's hard for somebody new to come in. It's hard for everybody. And over the course of my time in education, I've been multiple sides of the same story. Like I was Miss Raider at one point. I was the accompanist who was there when the teacher left and the new person came in. I was the teacher that replaced another teacher. And now I'm the teacher that well, no, that just happened again. So I've experienced this before, and I've seen it go really well. I've seen it go really poorly. And so I guess the one thing I was nervous about was would I be accepted? And I just wanted to do, and anything I can do to make that happen, we're gonna make it happen.
Always there, I want her everywhere, and if she's beside me, I know I need never care.